Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Tuesday, January 15, 2019, day 911 on the road. 2 adults, 14 days, 59 gallons of water. Good times. Water is an albatross, a mixed blessing for travelers. It is a precious commodity, but a burden to carry and maintain. Partnering with water rather than fighting it, or just giving in to bottled water, is the key to making RV travel an adventure rather than a nightmare. Whether we're dry camping through Paso Robles wine country or boondocking in Quartzsite, some of our best memories were made possible with water purification and water conservation technology and techniques. No water source? No plug-ins? No sewer? No problem. Sure, campgrounds with full hookups are nice, but this is what our beauty was made for. Free or almost free campsites without hookups are usually more remote, scenic, and quiet. Far from the hubbub, free public lands and harvest hosts are our preferred destinations. Hiking, wildlife viewing, and a serene natural landscape appeal to us more than what is offered in most developed campgrounds. Off-grid camping is much better than a crowded, run-down, full hookup resort where the rules prohibit line drying our laundry. Successful dry camping is a cheap thrill. We're still learning, but we've managed to live comfortably for 14-day periods without replenishing our tank. So, that's enough of a record to share what we've learned about conservation, technology, techniques, and equipment on the 3 big issues: water, power, and waste storage. In Vinnie Lamica and that lucky old sun, we shared our power solutions. So this post will focus on potable water. Later this year, we'll post about our black and gray water tank protocols. Bottled water would be a huge inconvenience for living in beauty. Everything from the expense, bulk, and waste. For us, fresh, free water filtered into our tank from a potable source is the answer to our hydration, bathing, and cooking needs. With periodic tank flushes and solid filtering technology, we are free from the hassles of store-bought water, and our water is delicious. The average person in the United States uses 80 to 100 gallons of water per day. While boondocking, we average 2 to 4 gallons per person per day. But even in places where we have 24-hour access to water, we average only 4 to 8 gallons per day. At this point, it's effortless to camp 7 to 8 days without replenishing our tank. Now, 14 days on 59 gallons is our best achievement to date. It was accomplished in August 2018 at Jasper National Park, Whistler's Campground. Does that sound impossible? That personal record impressed us quite a bit until Carmen's dad shared that he and my mother-in-law, Pat, did that in Alaska 12 years ago. They have the advantage, those from an era when indoor plumbing and free-flow water was a luxury. But it's like learning to ride a bike. Once water conservation is in your bones, you never forget it. We think it's fun to rein in wasteful water behaviors so we can venture further out into the world. And having water conservation skills can be potentially life-saving during crisis conditions. Water rationing during serious droughts and toxic blooms, like the one we experienced in Salem, Oregon last summer, are now common. But with some teamwork, advanced planning, routines that border on the religious, and some specialized equipment, our water use puts us at ease, and our living in beauty lifestyle is not in danger. So here we go. Here's some of our tips. We begin with a potable water source and a filter. All of our water is filtered. We change the filter every 3 months. In addition to filtering all our water, we have a secondary under-sink system. Drinking and cooking water is double filtered through our Seagull 4. The Seagull filter is changed annually. You see, we never hook up to a water source. Rather, We use a potable water hose to refill our freshwater tank. And many ask, why? First, we live in our trailer full-time, so constant use guarantees a fresh, properly filled and filtered tank. Second, hooking up to a water source can flood our trailer. Pipes can break, especially in vehicles that go bumping over graveled roads and railroad tracks. A pipe break could be a catastrophe if it happened while hooked up and out on an all-day hike. But any potential leaks would impose minimal damage when not hooked up. And third, we always travel with a full tank. Though we usually have some idea where we'll spend the night, our plans tend to get mushy when we have a blowout, a truck water pump failure, a catalytic converter breakdown, or when there's a craft brewery alert on our GPS. A full tank of fresh water is road hazard insurance. Every time we wash our hands, flush the toilet, cook, do the dishes, fill the ice maker, bathe Pico, or wipe down the countertops, we are mindful of our water limitations and recycle as we use. The water pump switch is the most used inch in our trailer. We switch it on with every use. Now that's right. Want a drink of water? Switch on the water pump, draw water, then switch the pump into the off position. Same for flushing the toilet, on and off. Take a shower, on and off. Moisten a cloth, on and off. Yes, it's a challenge to get into the water pump switch zone and to maintain that behavior. It is the opposite of everything we've been conditioned to do. That's why we stick to the on-off technique, even when we have an unlimited water source. Recently at a friend's house, Carmen paused before the kitchen sink, feeling she'd missed something. But dedication to the water pump switch is the first inch toward serious conservation and is impossible to learn fast. We get into the groove early because the first day of extreme conservation is the most important. Waste on the first dry camping day sets the pace. Our plans can be ruined if we're not in the zone. Using the switch dozens of times throughout the day is not just a mechanism to retrieve water, it's also a reminder to conserve. Water in an RV usually exits from 4 places, and each place provides an opportunity to conserve. Let's start with the kitchen faucet. We replaced our old kitchen faucet with a new 1.5 gallon per minute Moen with a built-in sprayer that uses very little water with high efficiency. And here's some kitchen tips. Meal planning. Before setting out to boondock, we do a lot of pre-cooking. We bake sweet potatoes, beets, spaghetti and acorn squash. We boil eggs, make a cauliflower rice, make a tortilla or crespillo. We smoke fish, grill carnitas, and pre-marinate raw meats we plan to grill. Also, during extreme water conservation, we buy ice instead of using our ice maker. We store the ice in our cooler. Cooking. We clean as we go. No hardened food on dishes, pans, or cutting boards. It requires less water to wash hot pans before they cool, handling them carefully with silicone mitts. After scraping solids and hot fats into the trash with a silicone spatula or a wet paper towel, we go over them with a brush dipped into a cup of hot soapy water as a pre-wash. We use 2 spray bottles to wash dishes. 1 bottle for hot water mixed with a couple of drops of dish soap, and another bottle filled with warm, rinse water. Cleanups are nearly effortless. We really don't like to use paper plates, but we'll use them occasionally if we have to. The bathroom faucet. We replaced the 2.2 gallon per minute faucet aerator with a Danco 0.25 gallon per minute model. It takes less than a minute to replace. And what a difference. This was exactly the fix we needed to tame our problem gusher sink. However, be warned, this aerator severely restricts flow. And the Danco gives a wide, strong spray with a range that suits our sink and our needs, but may be too extreme for some. The toilet. We recently installed the new Dometic 310 with an attached spray head. The 310 uses 1 pint per flush. The Dometic is very efficient, and everything goes down where it needs to be. But when dry camping, we only water flush when necessary. Water flushing down your number ones will run you out of water in no time. For those number twos, we have a handheld sprayer. The sprayer uses half the water of the regular flushing mechanism and is more efficient. When extreme dry camping, we clean the toilet with water captured from the shower, and also to flush and to make a water seal which prevents black tank odor from escaping. And the shower. Replacing our old shower head with an oxygenic shower head greatly increased our conservation. It only uses 2 gallons per minute at full flow. Adjusting the shower head to half speed with the faucet water handle pulled out only halfway results in basically the same experience while using half the water. And yes, the Oxygenics is a great water saver, but it drips when turned off at the shower head. It's designed that way. So we turn off water at the faucet handle instead. We also capture cold water. Our shower releases about a quart of cold water before hot water arrives. So we capture the precious quart in a handy plastic pitcher and use it for other jobs throughout the day. And we also capture gray water. A large, shallow bowl in the shower floor captures water while bathing. The toilet gets a good scrub from that leftover warm, soapy water, maybe even Pico's dirty dog feet as well. And for the notorious military bird bath shower, we use a gallon-sized shallow metal bowl. Fill the basin with about a quart of hot water and a few drops of soap. With a clean washcloth, begin working from top to bottom and rinse off with the shower head. It's amazing how about 2 quarts of hot water does the job. We find the occasional hair washing is fine, as long as we don't use traditional conditioners, which require way too much rinse water. So when dry camping, we use a leave-in hair conditioner. Most boondocking campgrounds don't have showers, but we use public showers when they are available, in good condition, and have hot water. Water is the ticket, so giving our shower a break means more water for a longer stay and more freedom to change our plans. When dry camping in urban areas, we use the locker room showers at public pools and the YMCA. Here's a couple of general water-saving tips. The 5-gallon water can. If, despite our best efforts, we still run out of water and our gray tank is not full, we access our emergency jerry can filled with fresh filtered water. 5 gallons is plenty for one more day. Our nano towels keep everything clean with less water and without chemical cleansers. Reusable and durable, our nanos keep dishes, countertops, cabinets, floors, and upholstery nice and clean. Our set has lasted for nearly 3 years, and they still look good. Okay, that's the best we can do for now, but we're always learning. If you have any other water-saving ideas, tips, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. With your help, this post can be a fantastic ongoing resource for water conservation. Thank you for joining us in Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. That's it for now. See you next time.